We just installed some carpet here that had some commercial carpet in it, so all these doors in here, the two sliding doors, and this door has to be cut. That's like way too fast, dude. Okay, I'll edit that out. So, I just want to show you guys how I cut the doors without splintering them up. We see a lot of splintered doors where people have cut them and not knowing the proper way to cut them without splintering the bottoms. So first I want to show you how I get my measurement. You'll come right here. Naturally, the hinges on the door and the frame is going to line up to one another. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to measure down from the bottom of the hinge to where I feel like I got enough freedom right here at the bottom of my carpet. See, that door is going to swing freely right there. So I'm going to go just a tad shorter than that and raise it up maybe a ½ inch above the carpet. So that's going to put that at about 9 3/4 from the hinge down. Okay, now we'll go outside and I'll show you how I'm marking it on the door and how I take care of cutting it without splintering it, okay?
Got a gas leak, huh? I have those at home sometimes after I eat.
Okay, so we got our door right here. We got it placed up and everything so we can cut it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come from the bottom of the hinge here, and I'm going to come from there, and I decided 9 3/4 was going to be good. So I'm going to put me a mark right there at 9 3/4. Okay, now rather than coming over here and measuring, rather than doing this and then coming over here and doing the same thing, most of the time you can already see where somebody has cut this previously. It's all chipped up, and that's what we want to avoid. Okay, we don't want none of that to be happening when we cut it. So it's going to be at an angle and stuff like that, because anyway, what we're going to do is measure from the top of the door, and we're going to hook our tape up and measure down, and we are at 78 7/8. So to make sure it's accurate, the top of the door is going to be straight. So we're going to measure over here 78 7/8. Okay, now let's look at the difference right here. Look what we got right here. There's a ½ inch coming from the bottom. Look over here, we got 3/4 of an inch. See that? Had I measured from the bottom of the door on both sides, I would have cut it crooked because it's already crooked. So if you come from the top, you're going to square everything up, because the tops never get cut. They come from the factory like that. So what I do is I lay my straight edge down. I want to get a nice sharp blade. That way it's not bouncing over anything. And I'm going to line my marks that way, my straight edge. Jerry's running the camera for me, so he's going to have to help me hold this, because being tight on this is a necessity. We don't want this straight edge to move as I'm doing this. What I want to do is just run my knife. I don't have to push hard, but I want to run my knife right there along the edge of it, okay? I'm not pushing hard, so I'm going to do it 3 or 4 times till I feel comfortable with it, okay? Okay. I could hear the sound. The paneling is no longer being cut. I'm cutting the straight wood, so that lets me know that I'm all the way through this fine layer of paneling. Look real close right here. I can tell by the sound that I'm no longer cutting through this paneling, so that means that I'm good. I don't have to cut no more, because what I want to do, I scored all the way through this paneling, and that's what chips up. See all the chips in that already? So now whenever I cut, I'm going to have my saw blade right on this side of the line. I'm not going to cross that cut line, and if it does try to chip, it's only going to go to where I got it scored to. That's going to make a nice, pretty, even, straight line. I'll go real slow and let Jerry try to film this the door for me and try to film it. So it might be a little bit loud, but I want you to watch. This is not even a new blade either, so long as you got a good score line to where you're through the finish, it's not going to chip up here.
And the key thing is to keep your blade on the bottom side of that line, okay? It's going to be a little loud, so just bear with me. Whenever I get over here, I want you to get right where you can see my blade on the line, okay? Sorry about that. The door was actually kind of twisted on me because Jerry wasn't able to get two hands on it. But anyway, you can see all them splinters that was there are no longer there. You can see where I got just a little bit short right there where the door started twisting on me. So, but anyway, nice and clean edge. Let's check out the back side. See if it done good on the back side. Beautiful, okay. Nice clean edge on the back side. Okay. Alright, now we'll walk inside and hang it. See if I got my measuring accurate. Upside down there. I know, that'd be kind of cool. See that we're having fun at work. We'll go ahead and hang this door, make sure it's measured and cut properly. Okay, she'll get real close there at the bottom. Swings perfectly. Can't drag that over my side. Swings perfectly. And when it's shut, perfect. Okay. So I just wanted to do that demonstration. I'm going to do the same thing from these doors, only come right here. Whenever we're doing these sliding doors, I'll actually want to measure from the bottom of this track and then the wheels that are at the top of the doors. I want to measure from the bottom of the wheel down. And here I'll measure from the bottom of the track down, and that'll give me my accurate measurement to cut. But we're going to do it the same way. We'll score it and cut it just like we did there. I'm not going to video it because I need Jerry to hold the door for me so I don't let it twist again like we just did. So anyway, that's how we cut doors.